Hey guys, happy art day to you guys. Got a new project for you guys today on drawing a circle, which seems super easy, but so many of my kids get frustrated that they just can't draw a circle, and they get really frustrated and they crumple it up and they just can't stand not being able to draw a circle. I am going to give you a couple quick, easy hacks and tips to making a circle, because everybody from kindergarten on, even my 4-year-old, could probably make a circle. First tip that I want to give you guys is just starting out lightly. What I have a lot of times is kids start out in Sharpie or in marker to draw their circle first, and they get really frustrated that they can't do it just right. So they'll have their piece of paper and they'll try to draw their circle, and it won't be exactly the way that they want it, and they just get frustrated, so they take that sheet of paper and then they throw it away. So first, you started out with marker, when obviously if you make a mistake, you cannot erase that. So starting out in pencil would definitely help. I usually have some sort of rhythm to my circle, almost as if I'm kind of drawing it invisibly first, or invisible, before I actually started on there. And sometimes it's even beneficial to take and kind of do your finger almost first, just to kind of get that rhythm or that pattern of doing a circle, and clearly not using a Sharpie first. So I'm going to go over onto my pencil, grab a new sheet of paper, and the first way is probably the easiest way that I do it, is going kind of in a opposite way of the clock. So if your clock kind of goes this way clockwise, I go in an opposite way. Now, I would guess that most people do that, but maybe there's other people that go the opposite way. But I would go this way, and I would start out really lightly first. So I'll do kind of a smaller one up here. And I'll do it so light that you can't really even see it. Now that's about how light I would start off it. And you can just barely see it if I bring it up really close there. Then you can start to see a pretty good circle. And then after I have that, it's almost like I can just trace and then go over it, because I know where it is. So now it's pretty good. Now I had that template or that little light trace that I could go over it, made it a little bit easier. So that's one tip for you guys, is just starting out lightly and then going over it. Another tip that I can give you guys is kind of doing almost like a dashed or a dotted kind of circle. Is kind of going around. That'll save you some step on erasing. It's kind of to figure out, most people know what a circle looks like. They know that shape, and they know if it's a little off, they get kind of frustrated. So in this way, you can kind of correct it and kind of fix it in that same way, almost with kind of dots onto there. So I got a pretty good one now. As you can see, as I get up super close, you can see it's got a pretty good shape to it now. But now in that same aspect, in that same way, I can kind of take and I can fill in. And you could even start out lightly, just like I did before. So that's kind of two tips right away that work a little bit easier. My third tip is actually kind of the most fun one. It's actually taking your pencil and kind of holding it kind of on the top here of your finger with your thumb, kind of holding it. You can kind of go this way or this way. Find a good comfortable spot. And then on this part of your pinky, that kind of flat part that's there, rest that onto your paper. So I'm going to kind of flip my paper this way. So you're almost kind of resting that part, just that little pinky part, onto there. But right when you do that, when you just rest that kind of pinky part, you just kind of turn the paper. I'm going to move my stuff over here and get ready for your mind to be blown away. So I start out still lightly, and then I just kind of spin the paper around. And if I'm doing it light enough, it'll go right to that spot. I did it nice and light right away. Ooh, pretty good circle. But as you get better and better, you can do it nice and dark right from that first kind of step. Get your pinky all set, and then go right around there. And it works out pretty good almost every consistent time to do a circle. So as you get better and better and more comfortable, you can even take a Sharpie and do that same kind of technique. Make sure my finger is set on there. Put it down, I'll move my stuff aside. And nice and lightly, just kind of spin around and around. See how close I get? Oh, that's a pretty good one. Onto there. So perfect little circle. And then like I said, if you want to do it a little bit smaller, you just kind of pull your pencil up a little bit. And it's kind of that same kind of trick. Obviously, you can still do tracing. Some of my classes, some of my kids, and some of my projects, I do let tracing. Just find different shapes, different cups. Ice cream lids are always a popular one for that. But sometimes you just don't have the right size that you want on there. So some of these other hacks will work a little bit better for you. So throw down in the comments below something that you like for doing circles, or an idea that you could do that you think you would help other kids do and draw circles, because it is a frustrating thing. So thank you guys for viewing. As always, I am Mr. Shooty. This is Mr. Shooty's Art Channel, and we'll talk to you guys later.